Hey YouTube fam, what's up? It's Patrick. Welcome to another vinyasa practice. For today's session, all you will need is yourself and your practice space. For this class, we're going to move through a series of active as well as passive postures in a very balanced and even cadence or manner. So I hope you enjoy the session. If you do, make sure to hit the like button after you finish and let me know how it went for you in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. New classes are coming your way every single week. Let's go ahead and get started on our backs today. Set yourself up as if you're going towards bridge pose. Heels close to your hips. Bring a hand to heart, a hand to belly. And you can breathe up and down your spine if that makes sense for you, in terms of your imagination, of course. Or you can use your hands as touch points and just kind of fill the breath into your fingertips. Either way, find an even keel rhythm and space at which you're exploring. Take these first few breaths for you. Set the tone. And then release. Let the tips of your fingertips touch the backs of your Achilles tendons. Tuck your tailbone under towards your knees. Squeeze your shoulder blades together just a bit, not for the back bend, but just so you can feel a good push through your triceps into the floor. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, drive your heels down, bridge your hips up towards the sky. Try to take your knees forward as you push your hips up and lower. Use the inhales to lower you down. Use the exhales to drive you up. Inhales lower you down. Exhales drive you up. That's 3. We'll take 2 more. Inhale lowers you. Exhale drives you. Inhale lowers you. Exhale drives you. We'll hold the top position here. Then try to, every exhale, pull your belly button in or knit your ribs together, however you feel activity through your core. Drive your hips up towards the sky. Feel the glutes active from bottom to top. Hold here, steady, stable, strong. Push your triceps into the floor a bit more. And release. Let your hips land gently on the floor. Take an inhale here. Bring your hands behind the head. Let the elbows be wide. On your exhale, crunch up. C-curve your spine, so as if your chest is sitting on top of your upper abdomen. Reach your right foot forward. Bring your right foot back in. Reach your left foot forward. Left foot back in. Reach both legs forward. Try to keep your elbows wide. Feel your core active and engaged. Right knee comes in. Left elbow twists over to touch. And switch. Left knee comes in. Right elbow twists over to touch. And switch. And switch. It's 4, 5, 6. Nice and steady to begin. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Return to center, find low boat pose. Take an inhale here, lift your chest up more. Reach your arms out to the sides or overhead. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Rise up. Cross your ankles and find your way onto hands and knees. As you get here, instead of circling the shoulders over the wrists, try pawing the ground. So lifting and lowering a hand, leaning right, leaning left. Let your fingers point out to the right and left side, respectively. Just kind of bounce around here. Don't feel tied to anything one way or another. Instead, just be an explorer of the space, of the practice, and of the experience. As you get comfortable there, you can begin to roll and move into your spine. And you can do that with your hands in any position. So it's really nice to not just do everything the exact way you've done it before, but lean into something different, lean into something new. Acknowledge the unique quality of each practice, of each exploration, of each journey. And as your hands feel good, tuck your toes, tilt your tailbone up towards the sky as best you can, and push your hips up and back. downward facing dog. But this first downward facing dog, find a stance where you can feel your heels grounded. And that may mean you're on your fingertips, excuse me. It may also mean you're in a significantly shorter stance than normal. Just take a few breaths here, see what it feels like. And then adjust your stance to its more conditioned length, I guess, and allow your heels to lift and drive your hips up and back. Push into the palms a little bit more. Feel the hinge at your hips and the engagement in your core. From here, inhale, wave forwards into plank pose. And exhale, cruise back into dog. Inhale, wave forward into plank pose. And exhale, cruise back into dog. Inhale, roll forwards into plank pose. Be really mindful of every entry and exit. Push back into dog. Last one here. Inhale, roll forwards into plank pose. Hold this one for a moment. See if you can push down with a little bit more vigor. Stay active, engaged, connected to the space you find yourself in. And then roll back into downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep your right leg up to the sky. And on your exhale, step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. As you get there, walk your hands as far forward as you can muster. Lift your chest up and then sway forwards and backwards a few times. As you get comfortable there, take your hands over to the left corner of the mat, or even a bit more left than that, so you're feeling a little side bend. Again, you can be on your palms or fingertips, wherever you feel good, and then sway. Find one steady position, root into your left hand. Inhale, peel and reach your right arm up to the sky. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. Inhale, right arm up to the sky. Exhale, down to the floor. Two more here. Inhale, peel up. Exhale, down. Inhale, peel up. Hold this one. Really try to lift your left hip up towards the sky or the back of your left knee. On your exhale, right hand plants on the mat. Left hand lands parallel. Step back into downward facing dog. Push your hips up and away as you find the hinge at your hip crease. Grip the mat a little bit more. And then inhale, swing your left leg up to the sky, biggest possible. Circle left foot to outside of left hand. As you get there, of course, bend your left knee. Walk your hands forward just a bit so you can feel longer through the spine. And then sway forwards and backwards a few times. So you're really digging into your hips here in a very calm, cautious, mindful manner. Lift your tailbone. Lean your upper body forwards. Feel the sway, feel the shift. And then mosey your hands over to the right side of the mat. And then sway here. Digging into some new territory, new space, new opening and availability. Root into your right hand. Inhale, peel and reach your left arm up to the sky. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, peel open. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Walk your hands back to center. Push into the palms. Step back. Downward facing dog. Push into the toes. Drive your hips up and back in space. And then inhale, roll forwards into your plank pose. On your exhale, move through a push-up. Knees and forearms drop, look forward. Inhale, pull through upward facing dog. Listen closely on your exhale. Drop your forearms to the floor, push your hips up and back. Dolphin pose. Walk your feet as close to your elbows as possible. And then try to push your chest up and back in space. So you're really trying to solidify the opening with strength, with availability, and with depth. Breathing in here nice and steady, nice and secure. Hold for just 2 more breaths. And then push into your palms, straighten your arms. Lean your heels back in space. Lift your tailbone back in space. Inhale, roll forwards into plank pose. Root into your left hand. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Stack your feet and reach your right hand up to the sky. Lift your left hip as high as possible. And then pull your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in as much as you can. And then step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Inhale, reach your hands up. Anjaneyasana, open through the heart. Try to get long. From the left big toe all the way through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to the floor. Hinge from the hips as you fold over your right leg. Bend your right knee. Step your left foot up to play parallel with your right. Sit your hips low. Chair pose. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Try to sink your hips a little bit lower here as you stretch through your fingers. Rise onto your toes. Sit down to your heels, a perfectly good place to stop. Or take crow pose, knees, triceps. Look forward, lean into your hands. Squeeze heels towards butt. Hold here. If you're looking for more, bring your left knee to the middle for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, everybody meets in toes pose. Lift your heels higher. Lift your knees higher. Shoulders on back body. Try to keep your heels as lifted as possible. Rise to stand. Lower your heels down. Push your hips forward. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Open your heart. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat. Drop your left knee down to the floor. Backstroke through your right hand. Reach around and catch the outer edge of your left foot. Kick as you roll your right shoulder open here. Breathing into the back line of your body. Try to stay active in your left glute. Holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2. On 1, keep your left foot where it is, but release the foot. Bring your right hand to the back of your left heel and then push your left heel into your right hand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Pivot around, wide leg forward, fold. All toes facing left. Inhale here. Exhale, fold down. Drop into some calmer, quiet space. Wherever you are, try to lean more weight into your toes. Find the simple steadiness of this position. Place your palms flat on the floor. Straighten your arms, rise onto the tips of your toes, lifting, 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 lifting. Maybe your feet float off the ground for just a moment. Maybe you're like, what the heck is that? Who cares? Don't worry about it. And then set your feet back down. Walk your hands towards your back left foot. Plant your right palm down on the floor. Inhale, peel and reach your left arm up to the sky. Opening through your chest. Really focus on lifting your right hip up and rolling your left shoulder open. Take a big inhale here. Now on your exhale, pivot on your left toes. Sit your hips low, skandasana into your left leg. Supporting it as you need to. Pull yourself forward. Hands to floor. Step back. Plank pose. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, move through your push-up. Knees and forearms drop. Inhale, pull forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, drop your forearms to the floor, push your hips up and back. Dolphin pose. Walk your feet up towards your elbows here. Really try to feel the drive through your forearms to lift your hips up and away. Find the steadiness of the hold, the simplicity of the challenge, knowing that you can always get more out of this, just depending on what you need. Straighten your arms, downward facing dog. Adjust the length of your stance as you need to. Inhale, cruise forward into plank pose. Try to articulate the spine every step of the way. Drive into your right hand. Roll to the outer edge of both feet. Side plank on the right side. Lift your hips up as you reach through your left arm. Try to create that arch, that rainbow-like shape from right wrist to outer edge of right foot. Drive your left knee into the chest. If you need to drop your right knee down, of course, feel free. Gently step your left foot to the top of the mat. Drop your right knee down. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Get long from right big toe through your pinkies. If you wobble a bit here, good. Play with new space. Let the mood be light. Exhale, hands to the floor. Right knee lifts, left leg straightens as you fold over your left shin, feeling the stretch. Bend your left knee, pull yourself forward. Step your right foot up to be parallel with your left. Sit your hips low, chair pose. Challenge the hip. Reach your hands forward. Find depth in the stance and position. Rise onto the tips of your toes. Sit down to your heels, a perfect pause point, especially if you can keep lifting your heels and knees higher. If you want the arm balance, of course, set yourself up for it, hands to floor. Lean your knees onto your arms, look out. Grip the ground, squeeze your heels towards your butt, hold right here, or float your right knee to the middle. Be there for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Everybody returns to toes pose. Feel as though your heels are stacked on top of your toes here. Lift your chest up. Arms can reach anywhere. Try to keep your heels this lifted. Rise to stand. Find height and elevation. And then lower your heels down. Inhale, reach your hands up to the sky. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, your right foot steps to the back of the mat. Drop your right knee down to the floor, backstroke through. Your left arm peel open here. Catch the outer edge of your right foot. Inhale, churn your left shoulder open. And really try to push your right hip towards the front of the mat. Notice where your breath goes here. Find a calm and stable place to be, to explore, to actualize the moment. On your exhale, release, but keep your right foot where it is. Bring your left hand to the back of your right heel and then kick your right hand, or your left hand, with your right heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release, wide leg, forward fold. Peel open, right big toes find the floor. You melt into the space. Not a requirement at all, but if you have an inversion in your practice, you want to use it or go there for the next 4 breaths, feel free. But again, please remember, not at all a requirement. Just hold the space you find yourself in. Be mindful and aware. Try to stay calm and connected. Wherever you are, let your feet find the floor. And then everybody walks your hands towards the back right foot. Plant your left hand down. Keep lifting your left hip, and then inhale, peel, and reach your right hand up to the sky. Dig your right big toe into the floor. Take one more inhale here. On your exhale, right hand plants to the inside of the right foot if you need it. Sit your hips low, skandasana. Find depth here, challenging the ankle, challenging the hip. Pull yourself forward to your front left foot. Hands plant. Step back, plank pose. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, move through your push-up. Knees and forearms drop. Inhale, pull through upward facing dog. Exhale, drop your forearms to the floor, dolphin pose. Coming back to this space, this dolphin, countless times during our journey today. Lean your shoulders a little bit further forward here, and then try to push your chest up and back. So it's as if your shoulders are staying in one place, and then you're cranking the wheel of your heart more inwards towards your hips to see if you can create an opening in the space you explore. Push into your palms, lift your elbows up, downward facing dog. Walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Bend your knees, Padahastasana, slide. Hands underneath feet, push toes into wrist creases. Use an inhale to lean your chest out, and then exhale, push down. Drive your hips up towards the sky. Two more breaths here. Lean into the steady focus of this journey. Nothing more or less, ample time to explore each position. Exhale, release. Sit your hips all the way down. Passive squat. As you get here, lean right and left, sway around a little bit. And then bring your fingertips to the floor, just out in front of your feet. Push into your big toes, pivot your heels out, and drive your hips up. Use your hands as a leverage point, if you will, to take some weight forward. That will help you feel more stretch in the hamstring and more requirement of your quads to really lift up to support the stretch, helping you improve your range of motion, helping you feel more connected to this space and time. Walk your hands back if you need to, and then inhale, roll yourself up to stand. Reach your arms up to the sky. Right hand catches left wrist. Right foot plants, left foot steps to the outside of right foot, side bend, lean right. Open through your left side waist. Breathe into new space and territory. Return to center. Switch your side. Release. Return to center. Bind your hands behind your back. Knuckles chase the floor. Heart lifts and elevates. Open up a little bit more here. Bend your knees a little bit. Exhale, release hands and fold forward. Walk your hands out, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of awakening A in flow. Look forward, lift heels, bend knees, bottom of exhale. Step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach hands up to the sky. Exhale, sit your hips back down. Inhale, hands to the floor, elbows bend. Vinyasa. Find a bit more flow here. No need to pause in Dolphin today. Just a good, calm, connected bit of movement. Look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of exhale, step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart. Inhale, reach hands up to sky. Exhale, sit your hips down. Inhale, hands to floor, elbows bend. Your vinyasa, you know the game. When your hands land, the flow is created. Last round here, drive into the palms, look forward. Lift heels, bend knees, bottom of exhale, step or float feet to the outsides of your hands. Inhale, active squat. Exhale, straighten legs, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach hands up to sky. Exhale, sit, hips down. Inhale, hands to floor, elbows bend. Your vinyasa. As you make it back into downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up to the sky, right shin parallel with the top of the mat, pigeon pose, upright pigeon pose. Take some time here. Use your breath to make the moment a little bit lighter, a little bit easier. Find the stretch that feels right to you. Take just a few more breaths. And then push your palms flat into the floor, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left shin swings forward, pigeon pose. Coming right into the second side. Let it linger just a moment. Dig into what's available, to what's comfortable, and maybe to what's uncomfortable a little bit. This stretch can be very intense. It may require a fair amount of modulation and interpretation. Lean into the sensation that feels available, open, and clear to you. Bring your hands back to center, square yourself up, step back into downward facing dog. Push into the palms, look forward, lift heels, bend knees. Bottom of exhale, step or float through onto your back. Recall that bridge pose we took in the beginning of class quite a while ago. Set your feet up, set your arms up for a very similar action. Allow the spine to open just a bit more this round. On your exhale, dig in, lift up. Feel elevation, that space in between your shoulder blades. Push your upper arms down into the floor. And then let it go. As your hips land, find the natural curves of your spine. Wiggle your feet to the middle, let your knees drop wide. Bring one hand to heart, one hand to belly. Softly close your eyes and use this moment to breathe into the simplicity of your shavasana, of the end of this journey. Notice how you feel in this moment. This practice, not necessarily intense in any one direction, really just aim to help you feel good and to bring balance into your physical body. So I hope you found that here. Hope you're able to relax, to restore, and to use this moment to nourish your soul. As always, y'all, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for joining me for these sessions. It's always so fun to share space with you here on YouTube. I look forward to practicing with you again very soon. Have an amazing rest of your day. Peace.